So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we are back with another historic rebuild. It has been a minute since we've done one. We got another one in the Lebron era, and it's going to be the Golden State Warriors. Now, as I'm sure many of you know, the LeBron era starts at the beginning of the 2010-2011 NBA season, meaning we are pre-Warriors dynasty. This team actually hasn't won a championship yet, and of the core that won those 4 championships together, Steph Curry is the only one here. So we have a lot on our hands today. This team in real life went 36-46. This is definitely going to be a challenging rebuild. I'm excited but also nervous to show you guys this roster because it is really, really bad. And this one is going to be tough today without a doubt. But I'm excited to get into some of the harder rebuilds of the historic ones that we have been doing. Seems like you guys have really been enjoying these as well, and I really do appreciate all your support. Of course, any other video ideas you guys do have, make sure to let me know down below in the comment section. I am anticipating in the few weeks that lead up to, I would say, right after the trade deadline, after we get through all the big moves and those stuff from, the actual NBA today, we might go back into some other eras in 2K. So if you guys want to see that, let me know down below as well. So yeah, man, we got a lot today, a lot of work to do. Let's get into it. Let's go ahead and talk about this Warriors roster. Steph Curry is 22 years old, and he's already the best player on this team, meaning I am definitely a little bit nervous about what this team kind of could look like. So let's just get into it, man. Point guard spot, Steph Curry, he's 22 years old. He ends up obviously becoming one of, if not the greatest point guards NBA history. I'm pretty sure we can all collectively agree he is the greatest shooter in NBA history, even though I do have him as my #1 point guard personally. Maybe not all of you do. But he is here. He's 22. He's going to be a building block for us today. I'm very excited about that. We have Jeremy Lin. He's also 22. He ended up being decent. I think obviously we all remember Lin's sanity. If he develops well enough, maybe he can go ahead and be my backup point guard for the entire video. We'll see. Jarrett Humphries. I'm not going to pretend I know who this is. Maybe he's a real person. Maybe he's not. My gut says probably no. But he's definitely making a decent amount of money for this era and for his overall. So, interesting. The shooting guard spot. Monte Ellis. Clearly, I'm sure many of you know this tale as well, if you will. That the Warriors at one point thought they had a really big decision on their hands between Monte Ellis and Steph Curry. And if I'm not making this up, which I don't think I am, I think I've heard this multiple times from multiple places, is that the Warriors actually had a deal in place to trade Steph Curry to the Milwaukee Bucks for Andrew Bogut, but I think Milwaukee might have backed out because of Steph's injury history. I could be making that up. I thought I heard it somewhere, but nonetheless, obviously Monte Ellis ended up getting moved. They built around Steph and the rest of the young core, and yeah, I'd say it paid off relatively well. So Monte is only 25, to be fair. He's on a 3-year deal worth $33 million. He's an 84 overall. We'll see how far we can go with him today. 2011 draft class in real life, they took Klay Thompson. Maybe we'll do the same. Who knows? Charlie Bell, probably not here for long term as a 71 overall. Jarvis Giles? No, just not doing it. Rodney Carney. Now we're getting into some of the rough spots of the roster. No disrespect to Rodney, he's not going to be here for more than one season. Maybe not even one season. There's no way Reggie Terry's a real person. The power forward spot, Darrell Wright is here. I mean, maybe it could be a bench piece for me at some point in time, but again, he's probably one of the better day one starters we're going to have around here. Ronald Turner, no way that's a real person in the center spot. Oh, my God. Vladimir Radmanovich, basically pushing 30 at a 72 overall. Good God. Jamie McLeod, are you real? Ralph Chamberlain, Willie Kellogg, Scott. I mean, I don't know what the hell this is. Clearly, in real life, the Warriors didn't have all these auto-generated fake people. I don't know if 2K just didn't have the rights to get the actual full roster in here, but yeah, when a 73 overall is kind of your 4th highest overall, you're in for some tough sailing. So we definitely have a challenge ahead of ourselves. First and foremost, do we have all our draft picks? Okay, we have 2011. We do not have 2012, meaning that I have to check who has my 2012 draft pick. And I just good to note. I want to make sure that I can find that. I mean, clearly it won't affect us too much this year, but it's definitely something that could affect us down the line. So, oh, man, I'm not seeing Warriors anywhere. Hopefully I didn't blow by it. Okay, no, that's a 20. Oh, no, this is it. So our lottery-protected first is owned by the Brooklyn Nets in 2012. Now, I have no idea what trade this traces back to, but I didn't do this move myself. It was already in 2K, so I'm assuming it's accurate, even though maybe that's a presumptuous assumption. But, yeah, maybe we have some trades. I don't know. We are sending Rodney Carney and Jarrett Humphries over to the Atlanta Hawks for a guy who actually ended up a Warrior and, hurt Kawhi Leonard in the Western Conference Finals, but that's neither here nor there. And Zaza Pachulia, he's a guy I've traded for in the past. Don't get him a ton, so I wanted to pick him up today. I think it makes a lot of sense as he's only 26 years old. He's on a multi-year deal. And on top of that, for God knows what reason, we're getting a first-round pick back in this trade. So, yeah, that feels like a really good first trade. We are trading away two players that I don't believe are actually real people. Jamie McLeod and Ralph Chamberlain, best Chamberlain in NBA history and Warriors history for that, are going to be going to Detroit along with a 2015 second round pick for Jason Maxiell and J.R. Aldridge. No way. Yeah, we're basically getting a guy in Jason Maxiell that I guess is going to be serviceable enough. And on top of the fact that he's probably one of our higher overalls, as sad as that sounds, he's on a multi-year contract. So maybe he'll be useful at some point in time. But as of now, he's just going to be the backup here at the power forward spot with Dorell Wright. So now we have a glaring hole at our small forward spot because Reggie Terry is not going to cut it for me for year one. Look, I know we're not going to be good. I'm not trying to be a contender. But if we want to have success in this 3-year rebuild, we have to make some moves now that are going to help that out. So I do need to figure out some sort of stopgap, if you will, at the small forward spot. So I guess hang with me as we have more trades coming. Well, we found our stopgap for our small forward issue. It's going to be Jamario Moon, and while I don't see him as a long-term option there, clearly, he is on a multi-year deal, even though he is 30. Also, Ronald Turner, whoever the fuck you are, 2K giving you almost $11 million annually for 6 years. Would that make you one of the highest paid players in the league at this point? I mean, maybe not up there with, the LeBron Jameses of the world, but for a 69 overall that's not even a real person, we can do better, 2K. Come on. So we are going to be eating the contract of Sidney Farmer, who's also getting paid an abnormally high amount of money for a 65 overall, and likely won't play, but $3-4 million is a lot easier to manage than almost 11. So Jamario Moon, welcome to the team. This is not going to be a fun first season. I suspect we're going to be very, very bad, but I'm not going to make, maybe one more. I do want to find maybe one more backup small forward. Just somebody who's like a little competent. Like, I don't know, if we include him in a deal, like, is there like a 70 overall? Eduardo Era, actually not a bad option. I know I've traded him for him before, but yeah, he's actually going to start on day one. So we've kind of cleared up some of the log jam we've had here and some of the lack of depth that we've definitely been struggling with, but no matter what we did, it was not going to be a good first season. I think you'll all probably agree with me there. And yeah, this is a Band-Aid right now. This is not a long-term solution, but we're going to be bad. We want to suck and hopefully have a really good draft pick. So let's set the rotation for what's likely to be a very painful first season. If I was a betting man, which I am, I would say that we're likely going to have what we would describe as a piss-poor first season here in Golden State. Really not a surprise when you look at this team. I mean, it's Steph Curry, Monte Ellis, and the Funky Bunch. There's just absolutely no way. You can throw me out there, we'd probably have the same results. So it's going to be painful, but we just got to look at the big picture of things. We're going to have a good draft pick. We're going to hopefully go ahead and sign somebody with a big name. All things to look forward to after what's going to be an excruciating first season. So, backcourt's really good. Steph Curry and Monte Ellis, although both a little bit small, I can live with it. I would say more Monte Ellis for the shooting guard spot. The man's only 6'3", but you understand what I'm saying. Eduardo Era is here at the 3. We have Dorell Wright, Zaza Pachulia. Bench unit, I'm giving Jeremy Lin the most minutes just because, 1, he's the youngest, and 2, I think most promise, turned in Linsanity. I mean, all that fun stuff. I don't know. Jason Maxiell not far behind him. We got Jamario Moon, Vladimir Radmanovich, and Charlie Bell. I mean, just a Hall of Fame lineup right there. I mean, I'm surprised if this was anything as close to accurate of what this roster actually looked like. God damn, the Warriors did a pretty good job cleaning this mess up. But we obviously have our work cut out for us, and it's going to be a bad first season. I'll see you guys at the end of it. We finish up year one with a record of 28-54, which, to be honest with you, it's clearly not good, but it's actually a lot more wins than I was expecting. I thought we were going to be around like 10 damn wins, and wasn't the case. I guess Steph Curry, Monte Ellis put the team on their back. LeBron James, first season in Miami, getting that MVP. Blake Griffin, Rookie of the Year. Manu Ginobili, 6th man. Dwight Howard, your depoy. Marcin Gortat, most improved. Cool to see being a most improved player while also being a backup. Phil Jackson, head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, coach of the year. So we're not worried about the playoffs. I think that kind of goes without being said. Let's take a look at the standings to see where we fell. We are the 13 seed here in the West, so we weren't even a bottom 2 team in the Western Conference, and we were tied for like the 5th worst record. Oh boy. Hopefully we get lucky in the draft lottery. Lord knows I need it today. Steph and Monte were our 2 leading scorers. I'm actually surprised. I mean, to be fair, Steph's only 22, 23, but still, nonetheless. Dorell Wright averaged 17.5 points. And look at that. I mean, this is just insane. All right, man. Rebounds a game was Zaza Pachulia. 9.5 is actually pretty damn good. And then assists was Steph Curry. So, no playoffs for us. Wah. It's really not the end of the world. Let's sim through the finals, see what ends up happening. It is a Mavericks and, oh my God. It's the same finals we had in real life and the same champion. Now, to be fair, I don't think the Heat blew a 3-1 lead. I don't think. I know the Heat didn't blow a 3-1 lead in the finals. But damn, Derek, finals MVP. It's cool to see. Okay, player retirements. Celtics Shaq calls it a career. Jerry Stackhouse, Eric Fisher, Wallace. Big Z calls it a career. Damn. Okay, staff retirements. Is that Mike D'Antoni, who went on to coach for a lot longer? Oh, Jesus Christ, how fucking old is he at this time? God damn, doing my man dirty. Shaquille O'Neal enters the Hall of Fame. Jersey retirements. Ben Wallace is not a Hall of Famer? All right. Historic changes. Incremental luxury tax. Good move. Couple logos and jerseys for the Wizards in the New York Knicks. Okay, this is probably the biggest moment of the video so far. That kind of goes without being said. We are currently projected the 5th overall selection in the 2011 NBA draft. What's it going to be? I need it to be really good. Shit. How is it every video I swear to God, every time I have a bad team that's like in a position to potentially have a really good draft pick, I always fall. Right? It's like maybe 1 in every 15 videos that this happens, I'll bump up a couple spots. I don't know if those statistics are accurate, but it damn sure feels like it. Oh my God. I don't know who Keith Smart was. What? Actually, is that a real person? I don't know. Is Steve Kerr here? I just want to go ahead and hopefully kind of get this out of the way. I mean, Stauffer is clearly an option. I wish Steve Kerr was here, but it just really doesn't look like he is. Who was the coach before Steve Kerr? I'm forgetting. Terry Stotts is here. There's pretty bad ratings, but yeah, you know, it just feels like one of those videos. I'm not going to go out and try to get Don Nelson. I'll go out and give an offer to Stauffer, especially considering he has no other offers. But and then finally, I would be remiss if I didn't go ahead and offer one of, if not the greatest coaches in NBA history, a contract. So if Pop wants to come here, I'll take him. He does not, which meaning it's going to be a Stauffer video. I needed an upgrade at the head coach spot, and quite honestly, there was not a lot of options for me to pick from. So welcome, Mike. Excited to have you. Okay, 7th overall pick after, you know, this draft lottery just completely boned us. I'm not very happy about it, but it's the circumstances with which we have to deal with right now. And yeah, it's not like I have a lot of tradable assets to really move up a whole lot, so I'm going to have to figure something out. Okay, we just pulled off a trade with the Sacramento Kings, and it was a big one. I don't know if you're going to actually be able to see it here, but actually, can we just go? Can you see this? No, still can't see the full fucking thing. We traded away the 7th overall pick, our 2nd round pick this year, Eduardo Najera, and a bunch of other players that really weren't going to be back here. And we got 3rd overall pick. I tried to make a very similar offer with the 1st and the 2nd overall pick. Unfortunately, it didn't really give. I wasn't giving up multiple 1st round picks on top of number 7 overall. And yeah, for whatever reason, the Kings wanted to do this. So we're probably not going to get Kawhi Leonard, which is a little bit unfortunate. I mean, if Kawhi doesn't go number 1, I'll make a trade. I'll find a way up to number 2, but I'm assuming he will. And Phoenix goes ahead and takes Kawhi Leonard. Okay, that's not really a surprise. The big question here is, who are the Nets going to take at number 2? This is going to determine who I take. Okay, they take Kyrie. To be fair, I probably didn't draft, or well, I probably wasn't going to draft Kyrie. He went number 1 overall in real life. Immensely talented, obviously went on to be an NBA champ, all that fun stuff. But ultimately, wasn't really our biggest need right there. Now, what we have to look at is who I want, and for me, in my opinion, it's really just between 2 players. It's between Klay Thompson and Jimmy Butler. Now, if I go ahead and draft Klay Thompson, clearly the Warriors drafted him in real life, not at number 3 overall, but he would go ahead and obviously recreate the Splash Brothers, which could be fun, but do I want to do that? Or do I want to draft a player who probably better overall in Klay Thompson? I really don't know, and quite honestly, I'm a little torn right now. Who the hell's Alonzo Brown? We're just making people up, I guess, this entire video. There's a couple different ways you can kind of look at this. I mean, if we're thinking positionally, Klay Thompson can probably play the 3. Maybe Jimmy's more of a 3 than Thompson is, but I don't really think... You know what? I kind of want to draft Klay. I haven't really drafted Klay in one of these historic rebuilds. Not to say I've drafted Jimmy Butler a ton or anything, but it's just kind of fun. You know, we got the Warriors. Fuck it. We'll draft Klay Thompson. I mean, if we're looking at who's been the better player, like... overall wide, maybe it's Jimmy Butler, but Klay just fits so seamlessly with the Warriors. He really did. So nonetheless, oh my God, Jimmy Butler fell a lot. Wow, he fell. What? Oh my, what? I saw Jay Tatum. I'm like, what the hell? Okay, yeah, this is probably a real person. Nonetheless, I am very excited to have Klay Thompson here. I have no idea what I'm going to do with the rotation and the, oh, this is beautiful, $3 million for Steph Curry. I have no idea what I'm going to do. There's a couple different avenues I can go. I can trade Monte Ellis, play Klay at the 2. I can play Klay at the 3, have Monte Ellis stay. There's a whole bunch of things we're going to figure out. But first and foremost, this is a big free agency because it's going to kind of set the tone, if you will, for the remainder of this video. Is anybody on this team making money that shouldn't be? Yeah, there's just no way Charlie Bell and Sidney Farmer whoever the hell you two are going to make $4+ million on my team. There's just no fucking way. Thank you very much, Chicago. Stupid is, stupid does. I mean, goddamn. Okay, in Sydney Farmer, whoever the hell you are, anybody want to be an idiot and give me a first-round pick? I know there's... Oh, was that a first? No. I know there's somebody out there that wants to be dumb. Nope, not really. All right, thank you very much, Minnesota. And now that clears up a little bit more money. Sure, Carmelo Anthony could be a fun get. I just have no idea why he would ever want to come here. So, I mean, I'll make an offer because it would be stupid not to. But outside of that, I think a guy like Al Horford could be fun. Fill in the power forward spot, could play a little center as well. But he is restricted. He does have 9 offers. So maybe we have to think a little bit smaller. Guy like Marc Gasol, maybe? Marc Gasol could be fun. Joakim Noah is fun as well. Unfortunately, I just don't know if we're going to be able to, outbid a lot of these teams. And it looks like Joakim Noah, who is restricted as well, is just going to go back to the Bulls. And it looks like Al Horford... actually, the Hawks aren't really making him a serious offer, but maybe they don't match. So, I'm going to make an offer here to Big Al. That's actually the most it lets me off him, which is kind of sad. Probably not going to accept. And then finally, I'm going to throw a flyer here at Marc Gasol. Definitely could be a fun pickup for us. I don't know if Memphis would match. I really hope they don't. But we do end up with Marc Gasol. Are they going to match? No, I don't think they did. Okay, so that gives us a little bit of money, and it gives us a new center because we didn't obviously have to pay him a max deal. So now what I want to figure out is what I want to do between Monte Ellis and Klay Thompson. I'm going to explore offers for Monte Ellis. I would be dumb not to, but I don't know if I'm necessarily 100% going to trade him. I don't know. I made a big move. It wasn't necessarily a Monte Ellis trade, but it was another acquisition of the sort. I'm just signing away Memphis' entire front court. I don't know. I mean, I saw them both sitting there. I needed an upgrade at my 4 and my 5, and I found them in free agency. Might as well, right? I mean, I know Zach Randolph is already 30, which makes me a little nervous, but I don't know, man. I mean, he's the new best player on this team, I guess, according to 2K. So, meaning I really don't have to trade Monte Ellis. I can just move him up to the small forward spot, and you know what? We're going to give it a year. We're going to see how this goes, and ultimately, if it works, it works. But I'm kind of happy right now. We're good entirely in the front court with starters and backups. I do need to figure out some new backups on the bench. I want to see if I can get Jeremy Lin back, because he's somebody I think still has a little bit of potential. I do have to worry about some backup guards and potentially backup small forwards. So, who's this? Craig Smith. Smichael Red. Wow, that's funny. I'm going to take a flyer here on James Jones. Give him a 2-year deal, about 2.5 AAV. And then, I mean, Aaron Brooks is here. I don't think it's going to let me get both of them. All right, we're going to go ahead and bring in James Jones. And then Keith, oh, good Lord. Yeah, this is where we're kind of fighting here. There's not a lot to pick from here. Von Wafer. AC Law. Oh, my God. Okay. I guess Keith Bogans is going to have to do for a year. We're going to hurt on the bench a little bit. And then I got to see, is it possible for me to get Jeremy Lin back? I'm assuming it probably has to be. I'm hoping so anyways, because I still think there's a little bit of potential there. Are you fucking kidding me? Jeremy Lin wants $3 million. I give the guy 10 minutes in a rotation, and all of a sudden, what? Come on. Is he restricted? Also, I don't know if he was restricted. Let me check. Jeremy Lin. Way to go deep. I don't think he was. Was he? No, he's unrestricted. Fuck! That sucks. It means I can't get Jeremy Lin back. Okay, so now I have to find somebody else. Luther Head is going to probably come in and be my new backup point guard. So the bottom of our bench is really going to be bad, which is, it sucks, but it's fine because we don't expect to necessarily be a top-tier contender this year. But again, I think we've done a lot of really good work, and I think this team should clearly be better than we were last year. So I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. I am certainly a little bit nervous for this season, and that's for a couple reasons. First and foremost, we don't have our draft pick. I mean, it is lottery protected, but ultimately, I don't know. It's just, I don't want to be bad again, and I just don't really think that's fun. So we have to go ahead and just hope for the best. But this team is good. Clearly had 2 really big signings this offseason. New front court from Memphis with Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol. Steph Curry's up to a 90 overall. Monte's really not developing as much as I thought he would, which is a little disappointing. So we'll see how that goes. Klay Thompson's still here. Or actually, not still here. He is here. He's going to be our starting small forward, then Randolph and Marc Gasol. The bench unit is, it's decent. It's okay, especially the first 3. Darrell Wright, James Jones, and Zaza Pachulia are all fine. And then Luther Head and Keith Bogans are, yeah, they're going to be down here for only playing 10 minutes a night. So, yeah, I think this could be a fun season. Maybe we sneak in as like a 5 or a 6 seed in the playoffs, but I don't know. I'm just hoping it's a good development season. I will see you guys at the end of year 2. I think we overachieved. I don't want to get our hopes up too high because I really don't think this team is good enough to kind of go like toe-to-toe with a lot of the good teams in the West, but we did win 59 games. feels like an overachievement, right? I don't know. Maybe Steph Curry's just way too goddamn good already, but we'll see. LeBron James wins another MVP. What? Huh? Goran Dragic, 6th Man of the Year. Dwight Howard is your depoy. Jeremy, oh, that hurts. I wanted you back, Jeremy, to be fair. I didn't want you to leave. It's just financial situations. Tibbs is your Coach of the Year there in Chicago. So we are in the playoffs, and we are a 2 seed. I mean, again, I feel good. Like, I'm happy, but I don't want to be so happy that I get let down when I feel like we're probably going to lose earlier than maybe you would think a 59-win team would. So we'll see. Time will tell. Let's go ahead and check out the stats. I'm assuming Steph Curry was really goddamn good, and he, well, maybe not as good as I thought. But again, we added some pieces. Klay Thompson, good rookie season. I'm surprised he could have maybe been Rookie of the Year. Randolph Wright, Gasol didn't score as much. I mean, you're letting Darrell Wright outscore you. What happened to shame? Rebounds was Zach Randolph, and assists was Steph Curry. Okay, so we have the veteran San Antonio Spurs here in round 1. Who it's no matter which way you spin it is not an easy matchup. So let's just see. Hopefully, maybe we can be the young up and coming team that finally knocks off a dynasty kind of. We are up 3-2 right now, and we do win. Okay, now we have the defending champs here in the Dallas Mavericks. Jason Kidd, who's probably 40, he's 39. Jason Terry, Sean Marion, who has an all-time crazy jump shot. Dirk Nowitzki, Tyson Chandler, got Shane Battier off the bench, Marquise Daniels. That bench is kind of tough, but I don't know. Can we do it again? We're up 2-1 right now. Make it 3-1. Oh my God, we're in the West Finals. So you know what? Maybe I was wrong. Maybe I was wrong the whole entire way. I didn't think this team was good enough to make a West Finals, but we are running into 3 MVPs. Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kevin Durant. You got Wilson Chandler here, Serge Ibaka, Jared Jack, Thabo Sefolosha, Dick Wonk. So it's not like that bench is really bad either. So if we pull this one off, I would be impressed. I don't think we will. We are up to... What? I don't know. And you got us in the Bulls. Derrick Rose, TJ Ford, Luol Deng, Boozer, Joakim Noah. I mean, just again, another team that's probably better than us. But, I mean, it didn't stop us last series. So we're 1-1 right now. We go up 2-1. Are we seriously going to do this? We go back to Chicago here for a closeout Game 5. I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm at a loss for words right now. I really am. I guess I really kind of undersold this team. You know, I didn't think we were as good as we possibly, as our record kind of showed, if you will. But you know what? I was wrong, and I will happily be wrong, because we are about to start the Warriors dynasty just a little bit earlier than they actually did in real life, because this would have been the 2011-2012 season. Warriors' first championship was 2014-2015. So, you understand what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, it's just kind of crazy to think that, this team was getting it done. I mean, again, I thought we were good. I don't know. I thought we were maybe a little too young. Maybe our new front court signing kind of helped expedite this process a little bit. But this was a fun season. It means we just have another tough challenge next year. But it definitely feels good when you win one in year 2, because it obviously alleviates some pressure. And this isn't just some shithole Bulls team we're playing here in the finals. I mean, this is prime MVP Derrick Rose and a really good supporting cast that he has. So we did it, man. I mean, we are going to be winning this championship. I don't know who is this. Okay, thanks for coming. I really didn't think we had it, but we do. And hopefully Steph Curry gets the finals MVP, because in real life, he didn't get one until 2022, which is insane, because don't get me wrong, I think, I don't mean to disrespect Andre Iguodala's finals MVP, but I still think there's a strong argument for Steph Curry. And I know people are going to say, oh, he played great defense against LeBron. I don't care. I think that Steph Curry should have had one. I mean, you can clearly give Kevin Durant credit for the second 2, but I don't know. It felt a lot like he should have had one before 2022. And as much as it pains me, because my Celtics did lose to him, he definitely earned that one. Okay, let's wrap this one up. There's really not a lot to talk about in the historic rebuilds, considering it kind of, already happened. But this was a very fun kind of way to continue on. And, okay, just fucking shoot. I don't care. And hopefully go ahead and have one more championship. I mean, Jesus Christ, the Warriors. Can you imagine if they started and they were like, I don't know if we win, honestly, if we were like battling with like LeBron and Dwayne. No way. Oh my God, goodbye. We did it. I mean, that's just the only kind of thing to say, is we won a championship. And oh my God, Zach Randolph. Steph Curry's never going to get his credit, man. It's sad. Yeah, it's good. It's definitely good. It's just sometimes when I win championships when I don't think I'm supposed to, it almost makes me more disappointed in the times when I get bounced early with really good teams. And I'm like, how the fuck does this team not win a championship, right? I don't know. I'll take it, though. Jason Kidd calls it a career. Juwan Howard, Kurt Thomas, Dampier. Ray Allen calls it. Oh, my God, he went back to the Celtics. I'm sure they were very happy about that. Oh, wait, no. He wouldn't have left yet, right? No, yeah, no, that does make more sense. Lenny Wilkins, T.R. Dunn, Hall of Fame inductees, Kidd and Allen, jersey retirements, Kidd. Yeah, Ray Allen's never getting his jersey retired in Boston. Draft lottery right now. Let's just see what we got. Nothing, as I expected. I mean, to be fair, I don't really care because our pick wouldn't have been good, but we're not going to have it. Stauffer obviously not going anywhere, and we head up to the draft, meaning I don't think we're going to have any picks, which is fine by me. Okay, let's hit team player options. Under $4 million. The guy was, it wasn't a finals MVP, but he probably should have been. Okay, off-season time. We have no major free agents, or at least none that we have any sort of rights on. We do have to figure out what we want to do. I mean, honestly, the starting five is going to remain the same. I'm not going to trade Monte Ellis. I'm a little bit disappointed his overall is not really going up a lot, but he's not going anywhere. But I would like to improve the bench. So I'm comfortable with Pachulia and Wright. Jones might have to go just because we all kind of damn well know his overall is going to go down. And we still have draft picks left. So, I mean, I don't necessarily have to keep the starting five the same, but yeah, I'm going to. Kendrick Perkins, I fucking hate you. Let's see. Was this Marcus Morris? A young Marcus Morris excites me. I think that's probably the move. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Marcus Morris, welcome to the team. And then we're gonna have to figure out something for the backup guards positions. I mean, if we just look at the options like Leandro Barbosa, who actually ended up being a Golden State Warrior in real life, I think is probably a good place to kind of start. And then the backup behind Steph Curry, I have no idea who it's going to be. I'm gonna probably sign two guys and trade them away. It's not gonna. Mike Bibby, probably my best option. Okay, I'll bring in Mike Bibby on a 2-year deal, and yeah, we're just going to do this kind of the douchebag way, but sorry, that's not a good word, but it's kind of the way we're going to do it. So Deshaun Stevenson comes in. Let's trade Bibby. Let's trade Stevenson. One more first-round pick, and I don't know. Let's just see. Actually, this first-round pick's more valuable. Let's just see any sort of point guard option here. Somebody, who's this? Mike Bridges. Somebody that's, Aaron Brooks. I have to take on Kendrick Perkins, though, and I don't really like him. Yeah, man. You know what? I'm going to do this. We'll pick up Aaron Brooks, and then Perk's going to come in and immediately be rerouted. Let's just see. Or do I just keep Perkins? I don't know. I mean, unless there's like an upgrade here. Small forward-wise. Should I trade him for his brother? Yeah, I mean, there's not really anything that's going to get me too excited here. It's just fine. We'll keep them all on the roster, and I guess I'll just keep Perkins. So, not all, but I'll move Pachulia just because I don't need him. So, yeah, man, I don't really need a draft pick, but I also don't need him. I will see you guys at the start of the third and final regular season. Year 3 is here. It is time to wrap up the regular season of this rebuild. It has been a very fun one, and maybe a little bit of a surprising one so far. But I'm happy. I'm happy, and I want another championship. So Steph Curry, Monte Ellis, Klay Thompson, Zach Randolph, Marcus Gasol. No changes in the starting five. I am a little bit, just kind of confused why Ellis's overall isn't really moving at all. I mean, the guy was, 25 when we started this rebuild? A little strange. I know it's very also strange that I've had like a big man, power forward as my sixth man in the entire video. I don't typically do that, but it's just kind of the way things played out today. I'm fine with it. Kendrick Perkins is here, Leandro Barbosa, Aaron Brooks, and then Marcus Morris Sr. So the bench has improved from last year, which is always good. I mean, it's not like there's crazy, higher minutes for number 9 and number 10 in the rotation, but always good to have those guys there. And Steph Curry is still progressing very, very well. I will see you guys at the end of the final regular season. The third season comes with a change in the MVP. Russell Westbrook gets his. LeBron James has been dethroned, if you will, as we do wrap up 65-17 in year 3. I'll take it. It's the best record yet. Anthony Davis is a Minnesota Timberwolf. He is your Rookie of the Year. Jordan Farmar, 6th man. Dwight Howard, your depoy. Sebastian Bass. What? Scott Brooks. Oh my God, we didn't even have the best record in the West. Holy shit. I just kind of assumed. But you know what they say about assumptions. Okay, but it is the second best record in the league. I mean, we beat the Warriors' ass last year. What's to say? Or the Warriors, we beat the Thunder's ass last year. What's to say we won't do it again? Here is the numbers on the season. Again, as long as we're winning games, I'm sure you guys all know my philosophy. I don't really give a shit who's scoring. Us in Denver: Chauncey Billups, Aaron Aflalo, Carmelo Anthony, Nene, DeAndre Jordan. Also, I want to just say this. I've meant to say this at the beginning of the video. I can't think of your name right now, but I have somebody comment on like every one of my rebuilds saying, "Can you do a LeBron era Nuggets rebuild?" I already did it. I thought I had done it, and I didn't. I checked the playlist; it wasn't on there. My dumb ass forgot to put it on there, so I put it on there. My fault. That's on me. But I have done a LeBron era Denver Nuggets rebuild, so yeah, sorry. Thank you. Okay, let's take on the Nuggets and hopefully beat them. I think this team's definitely beatable. I mean, Carmelo Anthony is tremendously talented, but Steph Curry's a little bit talented himself. We win in 5. We're moving on to the Spurs, once again, who are definitely not getting any younger, but they are still good and definitely still a threat. So let's hopefully go ahead and beat them, not worry about it too much. We drop game 1 and game 2 on our home floor. We do win game 3. We lose game 4. Okay. All right, man. It is us and the Thunder here in the Western Conference Finals. Again, I mean, we beat them last year. They're probably out looking for revenge. And, yeah, I mean, we should have probably tried to sign Kevin Durant. He's a pretty big fan of joining teams that beat him. Okay, we're down 3-0. They just kicked the shit out of us, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm glad, I guess, we got it last year because, yeah, that... Oh, my God. What the hell happened to the team I love? What the fuck is this? Oh, 27% from the... Who is their center? It's Serge Ibaka, isn't it? Yeah. Marcus All just got bitched. I mean, that's the simplest way to say it. Well, I mean, I'm glad they won at least, and I'm very happy we won one in year 2, but... I say a little bit disappointing, but I still had fun. This was a good rebuild, and I hope you guys did enjoy. You know, kind of as I mentioned opening in this video, we're definitely going to be looking to get into some other eras in the coming weeks. Clearly, as I'm sure many of you can piece together, the next couple weeks are likely going to be busy for, you know, actual NBA trades and rumors and all that fun stuff. So we'll have lots of rebuilds centered around all of that. I hope it's not a quiet deadline. Quiet deadlines suck. I mean, they're very rarely quiet in the NBA, but it's just, I don't know. I have a feeling this one could be kind of quiet, and I hope I'm wrong. This was fun. I got to stop rambling. I hope you guys did enjoy. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.